all went to buggery. Is it buggery?
Walter, you're suicidal. Get in the car.
What do you all make all these idiots on the TikTok?
You absolute bossers. The dark is upon us. So we're out here today up on the moor, getting the heifers home. Ground is rock hard. Look at that. This is meant to be the bog. Cattle have obviously sank in it, but it's hardened up. It's been a right cold few days. Drying out the ground lovely, so I'd imagine we'll be trying to get some dung up here soon. I've been sent away out to get the stragglers, which there's 2 or 3 of. Mum's got a pail of cake down the bottom and Dad's kind of trying to guide them in, so aye, it's a beautiful day though. Not very often you can say that here anyway, that's for sure. Slight wind here though, it's making it right chilly, but at least the sun's shining. I'd say the heifers have done quite well out here. Just a bit hairy getting, but that's to be expected out here in the cold. This is the good part of the moor. It's just, I don't know, I think there's about 40 acres of this and then 60 acres of absolute bog, but it's quite good, it keeps them going. Well, it's dry enough. It's a dry moor, but it's wet in bits, and it's just, I suppose it's the same as any other moor. It's a shame it's not growing any grass, but it was growing grass in bits, but aye, it's just the area. Aye, so that's about the extent of I got with my recording out in the field getting the cattle in. Had to put the phone down, all went to buggery. I've really need to get a strap for the camera so I can have it, but then it all shakes around and I start running about. Right, we got all them home. They're out in the cubicles learning to lie up, and we brought a load of calves in from the field over there, and now a load of maize has arrived today, so now I'm going to start bruising it. So well, aye, we're keeping busy, so we are. We're keeping very busy. Only gets busier the more animals that come in. Everyone thinks, oh, it'll be a break, now it's winter. Is it buggery? Got to feed them all and bed them all. I just love how stew-ry, madoo-ry all this maize stuff is. Jesus. Walter, you're suicidal. Get in the car. Oh god, aye. What do you all make all these idiots on the TikTok on my account telling us farmers are rich? What a load of rubbish. When I say rich, cash poor, and any equipment that's bought is paid for by the farm. That's not in our pockets. These are, well, if you want to call them toys, because these are all we get to play with. It's not like this is ours, you know. I don't even know how to explain it all anyway. It's quite funny to see these comments and how uneducated some people are, but aye, they're going to need to do something about all this, because as it stands, aye, there's other ways around it, but if someone was to just die for no apparent reason or an accident, that's the bottom line. That's where inheritance tax needs to be looked at, because if something was to happen to any of us, and then we get hit hard with that, the farm wouldn't be able to continue. So that's the problem there. Not good. That's the state of affairs we're at. So aye, that's all I'm going to say about that, because I did make a promise that I wasn't going to make much of it with the YouTube, but I'll do different on TikTok. I want to entertain here, and that's what I'm going to do. So get up, yous, all you absolute tossers that are saying all that rubbish about farmers, because yous don't have a absolute Scooby about how hard we work to do what we do to produce the food that goes onto your tables. Right, let's continue on. And unfortunately for the camera, it's getting dark, and when it gets dark, the camera quality goes down quite a considerable amount, unfortunately. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. In other news, we've started using the fourth cut. It's been quite a good addition to the mix with the first cut in the pit, in the wagon, sorry, for feeding the cows, helping their stomachs. They're now not jetting explosive diarrhea out their arse. They're now producing reasonably solid shite. So that means their stomachs are far happier. And unfortunately for this pit, it has started to slip. Not sure why it's decided to do that, because it has been very good so far. And here we are. And for those of you that are wondering, that stuff behind the maize there, that is the blend. I've started putting 3 days worth of blend in the wagon and dumping it out into the pit, and then scooping up 1200 kilos and putting it in each wagon every day, and it's saving a lot of time in the morning. But when it does come time to do 3 days mix in the wagon, it takes a bit of time, but aye, at least that's not in the morning when you're trying to get on, you know. The mornings always seem to be the busiest time of day. Well, just seems to be when everything goes wrong, actually, is what I mean. Sorry, this is just me pre-loading the bruiser, because Maize runs like hell out of the thing. It's, again, using one hand to fill and the other hand to drive and fill them, sorry. Jesus. Stuck with my words here, stuck with my words. A lot of young stock on the slats at the moment, on the new gangs, which is looking tremendous, because all the wee feets are sitting happily on the slats. I'll go in and shove it in now, and then I'll start this so I can show you this temperamental switch. There we go. Oh, got to balance it. That's no working. Just work. Not sure if Dad's going to come round with the other forklift and help load and empty the bruiser, because with Maize it does run like hell through it. So you can have two forklifts, filling and emptying, you know, one filling, one emptying and whatnot, but sometimes it just gets in the way. So pretty young stock on the slats here, because them being the gang slats. It's tremendous. Just gonna shove the main lots feeding in here as if they came out the parlour. keep them going, you know. These are the kind of older ones up the back here on the bigger slats, which will be gangs next year. I think that's what Dad's talking about. He wants to finish the last section, so we're just ran out of time really. Beautiful stuff. This whole yard will be white very shortly. You stay there. He's got a bad habit of jumping out the forklift because he's a bit silly. Stupid, or whatever you want to call it. Silly dog. I don't really want to go in gear. Why is it saying stop? Liar. Presuming it was because it was cold when this originally got fired up. It does not take long to make the place look like pea soup fog. That's unreal. Getting a few buckets in now. Dad's decided to join in the fun, so he's loading it and I'm scooping it away. So aye, they're getting on with the job now, but the dark is upon us. I can't drive with one hand. It's getting fair story now, like. Well, always was, but everything round about's getting fair covered in white. As you can see, the Manitou's changing shade of colour, and if you can see the ground, that's heading the same way too. So aye, but I think that'll have to do for the day's video, so hopefully you all enjoyed that. So we'll see you all next time with something a bit more interesting, hopefully, than this. And hopefully it'll be in the daylight, which there's not many hours of that these days during the winter.